All right, we want to work through one of the more complex standard features, things you need to get set up when you first get your toy hauler. And that's making sure the water heater is taken care of properly, and so you're going to get hot water when you take that shower. We're in a front bedroom model. If you were in a model that doesn't have a bedroom in the front, that has a bathroom in the front, the water heater, you're going to access that from the exterior storage. But it'll look similar to this. It's just going to be in a different compartment. In the front bedroom, this is at the back of the bedroom. And the first thing, there's kind of three big steps, three different areas you want to look at to get the water heater working correctly. So the first thing is it's going to come with these valves in kind of this position where the cold water is shut off. If it's a T where it's not going the same direction with the line, that means it's shut off. If it's going the same direction, then water can flow through it. So the cold water is shut off, which is the bottom one here. The hot water is shut off at the top. And then this is the bypass is open. So right now water just bypasses this water heater and there's no water in it. So when you get started, you want to just reverse these three switches once you have the water hooked up or the water tank filled. You want to turn these to the direction. You want to turn the cold water on, turn the hot water on, and turn the bypass off. If you forget that bypass, you'll get slightly warm water, but it's not going to keep you warm. So this is now how you got it. You want to turn the water pump on or the water fill, like I said, and then make sure that this is filled up with water. That's key to making sure you don't have any damages. You got to make sure that this is done first. You have to make sure it's full of water because you can burn up the tank. Either you'll see you could get this foam to melt or you'll burn the electric heating element. The water heater itself can run off of propane or it can run off of 120 volt. So we'll step outside and show you kind of the second step of using the water heater properly. All right, step two in making sure the water heater is working properly is you have a little clip here that you want to twist, and you just line it up so you can open up the lid. Take the lid, set it down out of your way. There is a switch here. This turns on the water heater. It's completely off. It's the master switch for the water heater. So propane or 120 volt will not work unless you turn the water heater on right here. If you turn that off, then you know you're not going to get hot water. You don't want to do this until you've made sure that that water heater is full of water. And simply, you also do have a reset button here. If just in kind of the troubleshooting phases later on, you can hit that reset if you ran out of propane or something unusual like that. That's one area to check if you had everything working in your mind and all of a sudden it's not working. So we want to put the cover back on. There's two little pegs. This sits back in here. Want to make sure this is kind of spring loaded. You want to pull it out. Make sure it's going perpendicular to that slot. If you have it here, it can come loose, works loose, and you lose this, scratch your trailer up. So make sure that it's this way and clip down so it's not going to remove going down the road. All right, so step three is turning on the water heater on the inside of the trailer. We've already turned on the master switch. We made sure the tank was full. So now there's a simple switch right on the control panel here. When you click this where it says water heater, you're turning on the LP part of the water heater. So this comes on, you'll see a water heater fault. Once the red light goes out, that means it's lit the flame and that it's all ready to go for the LP. It's a direct spark ignition. There's no need to go out and light a pilot light. So it works off the 12 volt and now you're heating the water with the gas. If you'd prefer to use the electric, there's another switch that you need to turn on, which is here in the breaker box. Just a little quick push button of the panel. It's going to come from the factory with the 110 off. The breakers are all clearly labeled here. It says water heater. So we're just going to flip this switch. Now I know my tank's full of water, and turn on the 120 volt switch right there. It's always off from the factory because we don't want you to turn that on until you know you've got it filled. Otherwise you'll burn the element up and you'll have to replace that. But that's it. You got 120 volt here in the electric panel to turn that on, or you got 1 LP on the control panel to make sure the water heater is working for you. So that's kind of the three different areas you gotta get set up to get your water heater rolling, and now you're ready to camp and have hot showers.